This is the mystery of Pentecost. It looks like a parable box, but it's red. It must be like a parable, yet not a parable. I have an idea. Let's open it up and see what's inside. I think this is all we need to help us get ready. Everything else in the box helps us tell the story. So now, let's begin. There was once a great tower. Everyone who was working on the tower spoke the same language, and they all worked together. But as the tower grew taller, the people started talking differently. The tower came close to God, but the people forgot why they were building it. They became so proud of themselves that they began to think that they were better builders than God was. Each group thought it was better than the others. And soon a huge noise came to replace all the talking. None of it made sense. Everyone was just babbling. Soon the tower fell over. It became known as the Tower of Babel. The language of the people of earth was shattered, and it was broken into many splinters. Each one was beautiful, but it was broken. Thousands of years passed by, and then Jesus died on the cross. But somehow he was still with his followers, just as he is with us today. They kept seeing him and they could not let him go. Then something amazing happened. The disciples were all together in Jerusalem. Here they are. Peter, James, John, Andrew, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James the Less, Simon, and Jude. There were only 11 disciples there because Judas had already died. Jesus took the 11 outside of Jerusalem to a mountain called Olivet. It was there that Jesus rose up, and soon the Holy Spirit would come back down. The disciples returned to Jerusalem, and they went to the temple because they were filled with joy. They went there to pray. And then they returned to the upper room. They gathered there, and that with God's help, they decided for Matthias to join them as the 12th disciple. On Sunday, the disciples were all together again. Suddenly, a loud, mighty wind rushed in to be with them. It was the Holy Spirit. The power of the Holy Spirit filled them up so much that they felt like they were on fire. Their tongues burned in their mouths. They were so excited and they couldn't wait to go out and share this story with others. And as the disciples went out into the city, there were many people there from other countries who all spoke different languages. These people could tell that these 12 disciples had been with God, and God had come close to them in a very new way. The disciples were now apostles. It no longer mattered that they spoke different languages. And these 12 went out into the world as apostles. They were God's messengers. And ever since then, Pentecost has been celebrated to remember this day. We call it the birthday of the church. Now, friends, I wonder what your very favorite part of this story was. I wonder what the most important part of this story is. I wonder where you are in this story. I wonder if you've ever come close to something like this. And I wonder if there's anything in the church that reminds you of this story. Boys and girls, we are all messengers for Jesus. Just like these disciples became apostles and went out into the world to proclaim the good news that God is still with us. And so I hope and pray that you will be a messenger for Jesus. You can be a messenger for Jesus just in the way you talk to other people, in the things that you do, in the way that you live, in the way that you love others, the people in your family and your friends, and even strangers, the way you show God's love in the way that you live your life. And so I pray that you will let your light shine so bright and that you will go forth and you will share the good news of Jesus. Go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.